So if you're making $50,000, don't date.
Ooh.
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you when
You're
you're
not ready
right.
to. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs.
Okay.
You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, Shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make 50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have the expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're gonna want to run. Because she doesn't stretch you, she doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be the stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying.
Should men court women? Y'all ready to get into this? Yeah, roll it intro.
With this dick, yeah. She said she wanna be up on my team, but she can't love me, yeah. Really, she don't want a man, she want a gummy bear.
Now let's shoot straight here for a minute. One of the issues we run into, if not the biggest, when dealing with the man-woman dynamics today, is that, again, most modern women want archaic or biblical or traditional fundamentals when it benefits or suits their narrative. However, the moment that it does not, then it's excuses, it's justifications, it is agendas that you trying to control them, it's insecurities they saying you may have. I mean, and listen, man, if you've been out there and you dealt with the modern woman, you know this is endless what she can pull out the hat to justify the reason why this shouldn't be traditional when it does not suit her narrative, right? There are a lot of men out there who don't mind paying for everything. There are a lot of men out there who don't mind working, because, one thing about us, we realize that anything in life that we want, we're going to have to work to get regardless. We're going to have to work to get it. We're going to have to work to keep it. We're going to have to work to enrich it, to grow it, to show it, whatever have you. If it's something that we want to learn, we're going to have to work to know it. That there is our allotment. You go back to Genesis. That's our curse. And again, this one thing that makes this channel different, this series rather, is because we will do our best to always implement the word of our Father and look at things through his eyes. Look at first our lives and examine them through his lens and see where we fit or don't fit in it, and then make the micro or macro adjustments thereafter. So anyway, with this woman right here, and what most women need to understand, is that courting is only for a specific kind of woman. And fellas, I'm speaking from my personal experience. I have exhausted funds, time, energy, gas, travel reward points, you understand, in the name of courting. And a lot of it is BS, because if you didn't get that woman from her father's house, if you're not going to pick that woman up from her father's house, if that woman is not an unblemished virgin, right, waiting on the man that you are in any type of form, then there is no art of courting. I need you to understand that, one, the courting biblically came later. It was a custom that we added on later. No problem. Not there's no problem there. Not an issue. Because even then, you were still courting. Whatever you got was going to be top tier still. Look at Jacob's situation. We were just talking about this, my wives and I, like maybe a week or two ago. Jacob worked 7 years to get the woman that he wanted, got her on the night of, went into her only to find out that she wasn't who he wanted. But Leah was top tier. Yeah, Leah had some edge on her, and she didn't have the youth or the suppleness. But do you understand that a woman such as Leah's statue today, fellas, would she have appreciated or depreciated? If Leah was worth 100 back in Jacob's day, Leah would be worth maybe 6,000, 7,000 now. There are a lot of men out there looking for a woman like Leah. They'll take a little edge. They'll take that. I have one right now who is over 15 years my senior, and I'm happily, I would take another one. If she was able to find another one, I would take another one. Absolutely. This is the one rare occasion where you see a woman appreciate in society, and it has nothing to do with the outer extremity. So even back then, when you courted a woman, because most guys would have just gave up. After 7 years, you got the wrong one, and then they ain't even the one you want. You know, like, yeah, if you got you a LaQuisha, you probably just would have quit it. Like, I'm cool, man. I tried my hand at love, and it didn't work out. Nah, see, Jacob had enough to go another 7 years. And do you think Leah made the additional 7 years hard or easier? Do you think she made his second set of 7 years harder or easier as a woman, as a wife? Come on, man. Just go read the scripture. You know what that woman did. She increased his pleasures, not his sorrows, cuz. So even courting back then, if you got God like Jacob, you still came out on top. But what are you getting today when you court? Modern women don't even know the idea, know the concept or the history of courting. To them, it's a fanciful term for dating. Try before you buy, and then you may not even buy. If you do buy, you may end up being the sad guy. It'll never work out for you, man. It will never work out for you. So again, courting is for that specific kind of woman, dog. I run into some Hebrew chicks who be talking about a dowry. Sweetheart, check this out. I've said this once before. If you are not a virgin, you don't get no dowry. A dowry is for a specific kind of woman, which you are not. Respectfully. Not take what you can get or you can go and get. I've always said this, fellas. If the woman comes in and her expectation is higher than her appreciation, you're going to have a problem. If she has a higher expectation of what she wants you to do for her, and that expectation is higher than her level of appreciation for what you are already doing, you're going to have a problem. And when a woman thinks that you need to court her, that automatically puts her in that mind frame. It automatically suits her and seats her into a seat of I'm the catch, I'm the prize. And if you fit that mold, then baby, get what? You are the prize. You are the catch. King Lemuel asked, a righteous woman who can find such? If you are a righteous woman, sweetheart, let me tell you something. You are a prize. Absolutely. But now I need you to go do some little research. Just do a little bit of research about these women and how they lived and what they didn't do, more importantly. And then you look at your life through the same lenses of our Father's Word and ask yourself, do you fit that mold? So yes or no? Not only that, fellas, but let's just look at the messenger here in question. This chick right here, I'm pretty sure she ain't going home with nobody. I don't know the last time she been on any kind of walks. They be talking about a walk in the park. I don't know any man that's gonna be willing to court that. They'll be in the inbox, maybe trying to get some, but weeks, months of courting with her in public? Nah. See, you men have to stop allowing women to dictate and narrate what you should be doing or how you should do it. She does not have that authority, bro. She may speak like she has it, but that just makes her a good actor. That's all it makes her. It doesn't make her the real deal. It makes her a good actor. And then ask yourself, as you're courting her, what is that going to get her to love you more? Do you think just because you feel a certain way about her, she feels the same way about you? No. Most modern day women in the relationships for different reasons than most men do. Most men actually like the women that they're marrying or love the woman that they're engaging with. And you know how they say they're gonna make an honest woman out of. But most modern day women seem to get into a marriage because it's convenient. Maybe she didn't want the children to be her own children from a different previous situation. Maybe she needs a man for them, and this is just something that's good, you know. Or maybe she's entering into her soft girl era. Or maybe she's tired of playing the man now. Because see, we can't play the man, we are the man. Just like I tell my white friends, right? When you get tired of living a black experience, you can go back like Miley Cyrus and Katy Perry and Justin Bieber and all the numerous other white people who wanted the black experience, and then when ish got real or whatever, then they was able to go back and be country. They was able to go back and be pop. Well, you know, as a true black Person, we don't have that option. This is us every day. And it's the same thing I tell the women, or you're tired of being a man now. Well, one, sweetheart, you never were a man. You were acting like that. And most likely a bad one. And now that you see that you're not really cut out long term, you cannot long term sustain that masculine energy, you want to take it off. We men don't get the tap out. We don't. That's just, yeah. So if you were a real man, that wouldn't even be an option on the table. So don't waste my time telling me your story about how you're tired of being that. You never are that because you never were that. You were someone pretending. But she'll marry you typically for different reasons. You make the mistake, man, of believing that she feels the same way about you as you do about her. You make the mistake, man, of believing that she entered into this covenant, this contract, for the same reasons that you did. And it doesn't work out like that. And also, too, going back on the origins of courting. Again, this was when the families got bigger. You know, in Genesis, you'll see we start to repopulate. Our families get a lot bigger. And so now marriages are a lot more elaborate than just Adam and Eve, one man, one woman, right? It's just that the times are different, necessities are different, bodies are changing according to the curses that are setting in. So again, if a man wanted to have 3 children in 1 year, he could not do it with just one woman. It just wasn't happening like that. So yeah. Then we also have to work now for our food, and that's different. Adam and Eve didn't have it as bad as we did. As we go further and further away from the original fall, right, we inherit more and more of those curses. They become more and more pronounced. So now you need more workers, hence more family members, hence more children, hence more women. But, you know, modern day women, they just hate to look at the statistics of these things because they hate our Father's word. They love it when it's inspirational and it's your season and it's your year and I proclaim it and this, they love that, but they hate anything that deals with this type of talk, right? So now you got bigger families and marriages are a big thing now. They're bigger than what they used to be. So when you're courting, you're not just courting the woman. Men, go back and read. You're talking to the families and more importantly, the pillars, which were not the mothers. It was the men, the fathers, the brothers, sometimes even the uncles. There are cases where you can read Jacob talked to the uncle. I guess it was his uncle, but still. Jacob's dad talked to the father and the son. You can read about that. So if you're not, getting to know her family and she's getting to know yours, her family's getting to know yours, bro, y'all not courting at all. You're dating and you're calling it something else. You're pissing and you guys are calling it water. That's what it is. And the entire time you're paying for it. What is she paying for it? Nothing. Then you get all the way to the finish line and realize you don't even like the bride. You don't even like where she come from. You met her people, if you did get that far, and realize, hey, they're nasty. You look at the mama and then you look at your girl to be and you're like, wait a minute, this is what you're going to be like in 10 years, maybe less? You look at the dad, if she has a dad, right? And you see, oh, this guy's a simp and every bit of it. You think I'm going to be him? You think that I'm going to allow you to talk to me the same way your mom talks to him? I'm going to pass. But the sad truth is that most men don't even do the due diligence to get that far. You accept everything she says is platinum. You didn't even go see her current situation before you went and got her. You just picked her up. Did you see how she was living before you, bro? How did she keep the house up? Did you just pop up real quick? Did she give you a key? Or does she make it mandatory that you gotta call 15 minutes, 30 minutes ahead? Cause true heads don't do that. If that's your kingdom via proxy, then you should be able to pull up anytime you like. And just like those bridesmaids in the Bible who had to stay ready so they didn't get ready, that should be the state of this woman who is to be courted. And you can do this, men, if we stop thinking so much with the little head and use the big one. But I'll be honest though, there are not many women that are worth courting, that even one first meet the mold, fit the mold. And I've already given out the mold earlier in this segment. But if you did find one that somehow was able to fit that mold, these are some of the things you need to look for. And if they don't add up, you need to get up out of there, my brother. These women need to know that divorce of engagement is, was, and always will be predicated by men. Now, she can control who she gives herself over to, but once she gives herself over to that, hey, listen, that's a wrap. You no longer have that control, because the fathers are not marrying the daughters away, so the daughters are marrying themselves. So she has that control. But once she gives that up, once she lays down, once he inserts into her, she has no more control. And the more and more she does this with various different guys, you know, that control becomes less valuable. It's diluted now because you've given it to so many. It's not even reserved. So yeah, man, skip that narrative, bro. Ain't no modern woman being courted. Not today. Not in America. Y'all be blessed.
With the stick, yeah. She said she wanna be up on my team, but she can't love me, yeah. Really, she don't want a man, she want a gummy bear.